Hey guys, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain here. Alright, so this quest we're gonna do, it's kind of like a, this one is actually used quite often for getting extra experience. It There's two paths that you can do, and I'll actually show you both paths here. One path bypasses a fair amount of the quest and actually can speed it through quite a lot. The other path allows you to actually go through and get all the breakables, which most people don't do because it is a longer quest, and it does have a lot of breakables. Now, what I do want to point out here with Guard Jung, this is actually a secondary part, like an unofficial secondary part, to another quest chain here that we will get to a little bit later for Harbor Master Zin. Now, Harbor Master Zin, as you see, has 3 cups above his head. Generally, this points to like a chain quest or a saga quest. In this case, this is one of the earlier ones before it was really truly meshed out as they do have them now. So we can actually talk to him here. And the first one he does want us to do is with Guard Jung. Now, after we complete Guard Jung's, then we can complete the waterworks, and the Harbor Master will actually give you a one-time reward for completing both of those bits. Now, I want to point out this one-time reward, it doesn't award you with any super special named items. So it's just random loot, but it's an extra loot. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with extra loot. So from here, I do want to point out, again, this quest can take a little bit of time, as well as there is some tricks here to get some extra experience out of it. As well as you can see, it is a decent amount of experience for its level. Alright, so I am going to spawn in my dog here and have him come in with me, as again, there are a lot of breakables, and the extra help will be appreciated. So, in order to... Oh, and I think he bugged out already. No, looks like he's still okay. So I do want to point out those crates
feet of kobolds
right
can be
there.
Nearby. It's likely you will encounter several of them in the next room. You
Alright,
should
so
proceed with caution.
those crates right there, I do want to point out, you don't really... If you're wanting to do the speed method, you don't want to break them. What you can actually do here is hop on top, and you can actually jump right over this path right here, and you know, that's how you can cut through a large chunk of this quest. We, however, are going to just go through the quest as, you know, my first time through a quest. I always like to get the full bonus that I can possibly get. That involves getting breakables and killing everything that we can. So it does take a little bit longer, but it does help in stopping to rerun quests. Now, one thing I will point out, when you TR or reincarnate there, each time you do it, it does require you a little bit more experience, stopping at your 3rd life, which is now double the experience of a first life character or somebody who hasn't TR'd. So if you're still on that first life and you've just made that character there, really you don't need to worry about a lot of this extras, as there's enough content in the game that even if you skip this, you're still going to end up with more than enough to level there. If, however, you are a 3rd life and beyond, sometimes it might require you to repeat quests, and if that's not for you, which personally it's not overly for me, again, I've been around for a long time, I've already done these quests so many times, and if you watched my Korthos video, the one with the storehouse, or not the storehouse, the Caneth Crystal one where we had to protect the crystal, you'll notice that I knew exactly where all the spawns were, what order they spawned in. Like, after a while, you do get to learn these little quirks, and I mean, the game becomes quite a bit easier. Honestly, the main reason I'm still around, as I can get bored sometimes with this game, and I have taken breaks, but ultimately it keeps me coming back and will continue to have me keep coming back for as long as I'm around this, is the community and the other players. This game is just, there's nothing like it out there that I've found, and no matter how many times I've taken a break from this game, I always come back. And again, I will continue to do so right up until this game is no longer available to play. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this game, but, you know, sometimes running the same quest over and over, it could just get boring. So I try not to do that whenever I can. Alright, so I do want to point out there is a sentry. Now, don't really worry if the sentry gets away. All he's going to do is ring a gong, which brings in 3 enemies from around the corner. So if they do get in, it's not a big deal. It's not like he brings in a whole horde of enemies, it's just a couple extra guys. So, as you can see, we're at 155 and breakable smashed, and still just hitting mischief bonus. So there's a very, very large amount of quests in this game, or sorry, breakables in this quest.
And can only be opened when the runes are lit.
So having a little dog right now help me out is helping out. As you can see, he's gotten 67 of them. That's 67 that I don't need to get. Alright, so that was the first one. There's the second one. And the third one should... Oh, he's running around there. And there's the third one. So it's not a big issue there. Alright. So another bit here is through this, you know, webbed crates, there is a kind of a secret passage.
You have revealed a hidden passageway.
Now, what I'm going to do here is I want to point this out. This door actually requires strength to open it. If, however, you do not have the strength, you can actually come up, jump on these boxes here, and crawl over the top.
This area of the hideout appears to have been sealed
allowing you to sneak past it and not have to break anything.
The gate is by brute strength. Spiders have heavily infested
now,
this area
going this path, we can
no wonder it was sealed off.
Kill off the couple of spiders here, and it does allow us to get Guard Jung's badge, which is our optional. Now, one thing I do want to point out, when you do open this door here, it will spawn in a couple of spiders. So if you're caught in the middle and you've got a party member who opens that door, just be aware that it's going to spawn in a couple of spiders right here. So just not to get yourself flanked, as, you know what, truthfully, on a first life character, they can sometimes be overwhelming if you're not prepared. Alright, here. So once we finally get to the very end, oh, we got both of them. So sometimes there can be up to 2 named enemies in here, 2 named bugbears, each one dropping their own chest, as well as a lever. Now, if you're looking at the map here, there's going to be 1 lever in the far west room. We're in the far east one here. We need to pull both of them to open up the door to be able to continue north. So another thing to point out is each of these named enemies has their own unique named item that goes with them. Honestly, they're not the greatest named items, but honestly, they're not terrible either. So here we had his axe. Did we get it from this one here? We did not. So now we're just going to head to the far west. Ooh, up to Vandal. And again, on the door, it does highlight them. So if you're not sure which one you haven't gotten, we got the one on the west side of the door, so we got the one on the west. And it's just as simple as that. On the east side, there is another possible named, which we are getting very lucky on them, guys. I guess you guys are my lucky charm here. There's our second lever here. And we're going to get the chest as well. So again, no luck on that named item, but again, they're not overly that great. But again, named is named. Alright, so that one we just killed is another sentry. He will actually run up and around the corner to again hit the gong. And what I want to point out here is just between these crates and I guess those crates with the tarp pulled over them, there is a flame jet trap. So just be careful, as it can hurt. Trap box is right at the end of it, so if you got a rogue, you should be able to use his evasion to sneak right by and not have to worry about getting hit. Then again, up here, we're getting towards the end of the quest. It's our final little bit. There are some exploding barrels here, which, if you can time it, you can actually shoot them or break them while enemies are nearby, and they will actually get damaged by them here. So now as we've gotten our ransack, you'll notice we don't quite have our conquest yet. Now, there is a way to actually get conquest in this quest, even if you don't get any Reapers. Now, obviously, as Reapers do count towards total total kills, they can help you earn that conquest bonus. But even if you're just running it on Elite, the way to get it is after you kill the named Kobold here, there's going to be an ogre that smashes through the door. Now, if we don't kill him right away, you'll notice he spawns in some kobolds behind him. Now, we got a couple of... Ouch. We did get a couple of Reapers, so we didn't need to kill them all. But if we kill just a couple of the enemies... Oh, I'm going to hide there. If we kill a couple of those kobolds, it does give us enough to get our conquest. In which case we can now kill the big bad boss, and it gives us our quest completion. And from here we've got our chest, and that's it. That's this. That's the Kobold's ringleader. So if you're looking at the map, actually, before I leave, right from that entrance here, it doesn't look like a long way, but you can skip from here and just head straight up, rather than having to make the left, go into the room to get the key, come up and around, have to fight possibly a named enemy, make your way all the way through the guys, and here it does allow you to cut out that start part, which can cut a little bit of time off. I'm actually going to rerun it a second time here, just to show you how fast this quest can be done when you're not going through those breakables. So if you look here, it took us 11 minutes to get through it. The second time here, I know we can beat that score. So again, just to keep everything the same, I will also do it on Reaper difficulty. Now, generally when you're rerunning a quest, you do want to put it at a different difficulty, as it will give you a first time reward completion. Though this is just to show, you know, how much time you can save, not breaking the boxes, and, you know, taking the side path
feet
here.
of kobolds can be heard nearby. It's likely you will encounter
So,
several of them in the next room. You should proceed with caution.
as you can see, we are already almost at the end of the quest. We just got to open up our hidden door here. Alright, so as you can see as well, this time we didn't get the named creature. And it does look like the sentry was able to pull that bell. So when he pulls the bell, as you can see, they do just make their way towards the center here. It's just 3 extra guys, nothing major. So we'll pull our lever here. Gonna grab our collectible, as I do a lot of crafting myself. If you look at my crafting level, I'm not quite max, but I am getting pretty close. It does get very expensive once you get higher level. Alright, again we got them both. So we did see the axe last time, so I'm only going to open up the left chest and the hopes, which hopes were squashed. Didn't get it. We did get that axe again though. And there's our second lever. Alright, so all that's left here, and I will, instead this time I won't kill the sentry, just again show you what happens here. Collectible. So he's gonna take off running, and he actually sets off that trap. On lower difficulties, he can actually kill himself in that flame trap. Once he does ring that bell, all those enemies that were up there, they just all come down. Luckily for us, they all came down in a nice, orderly fashion. Now, one thing I want to point out here too, even if you are going the fast route, if you stop to grab this trap here, it will still give you tamper bonus, which is actually the highest bonus that you can get in the quest here. So you're still able to get that full trap bonus, and, you know, make your way to the end, you know, right quick. So again, this time we're just gonna kill him off. As soon as he does die here, it does stop the timer, so the little bit it takes you to kill these enemies here, that is up to you. As well, I know some people who will just, once he's dead, they'll tuck around the corner and recall. But if we look at our experience sheet, it went from 11 minutes down to just under 3 minutes here. So it can be fairly quick, and it's still, even on a second run that was over 2,000 to be specific, I got 2,611. We are a VIP, so it did give us a little bit of extra bonus XP there for that. But ultimately, you know, wasn't too bad. Didn't take us that long, and it is a decent chunk of experience, again, even on a second playthrough. So that's both those passed. It is up to you how you want to play the game. Again, personally, I prefer going through that first time, taking that a little bit longer. Yeah, XP versus time, we got, what did we get that first run? 7,600 for 11 minutes, or 2,600 for 3 minutes, and again, and with that second one, that would have been a lot lower, so we would have actually gotten closer to about the 5,000 or 6,000, even if we hadn't gotten all those bonuses. So we could have gotten about, we'll say 5,500 in that 3 minutes if we had gone that fast route, opposed to the 7,000 for the 11 minutes. But again, it does come down to preference. If you look at it, we would have lost out on about 2,000 experience, which isn't too much, but that sometimes might mean one less quest you have to run. And if you're anything like me, I don't like to rerun quests. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good one, all.